Mine are very simple: restoring the fundamental liberties and personal freedoms of every Pennsylvanian, which have been taken away by Tom Wolf and Josh Shapiro during the pandemic in particular, but at other times as well. I'm running because I know that we're in a battle for the heart and soul of this nation, and those battle lines run right through Pennsylvania this year. We have an opportunity to reject the big government, big spending, overreaching, arbitrary and capricious model and return to the basic values of individual freedom and personal liberty. And in addition to that, we have to restore our economy to a place where Pennsylvanians can once again be prosperous in every corner of the Commonwealth. That means lower taxes, as I've fought for my entire career. It means a more responsible regulatory system. And it ultimately means less public corruption, because job creators aren't going to come to a place where they have to, quote unquote, pay to play. I've fought for all of those things, and those will be my top priorities as governor, because small businesses in particular, and I'm a small businessman that's felt the sting of what Tom Wolf and Josh Shapiro did to all of us, have been shut down to an extent that literally a third of them may not come back. Small businesses are the great job creators of Pennsylvania. We have to encourage them, and by so doing, strengthen our economy in ways that will allow all of us to prosper in the future. And closely related to our economy is our educational system. And I will, as governor, guarantee what every child has a constitutional right to in Pennsylvania: a thorough and efficient education, not the indoctrination of critical race theory, the 1619 movement, and transgender issues, but rather teaching basic fundamental values like civics. I've proposed having every senior graduating from a Pennsylvania high school passing a citizenship test, which would mean that they've read the Constitution, understand the rule of law, have an appreciation for our history, and know what has made us truly great. I've said throughout this campaign that no issue ultimately is more important than our right to know that every honest vote is cast properly and counted correctly. Because if we can't trust the results, there really are no winners. One thing that the governor can certainly do is appoint a Secretary of State. And let me say parenthetically, Pennsylvania is one of only 9 states where the governor appoints the Secretary of State, who then administers statewide elections. And I will appoint someone who has 2 essential qualities. 1, some experience running elections. And 2, and more importantly, a fundamental, unstoppable, unchangeable commitment to the rule of law. Somebody who isn't going to make up the rules as he or she goes, who isn't going to change the goalpost, who isn't going to play games with our electoral process so that you have one county with one set of rules and another county right next door with another. We need to restore election integrity. We need to make sure that every vote can be properly cast and properly counted. That means making it easy to vote, but hard, if not impossible, to cheat. For many years, I've battled liberal Democrats on the air and in the media, but I always did it with a smile on my face. And when we left the studio, we left as friends. I've had some very tough discussions with some on the left, but we've always left with smiles on our faces. And I believe I can do that as governor, bringing people together, even though they don't agree, to do what's best for the people of Pennsylvania and what's best for our future. I've always been a coalition builder. I've been called the conservative happy warrior. I do things with a smile on my face, and I like to break bread with those who don't agree with me necessarily, because when you do those things, when you have those kinds of relationships, ultimately it works best for the people of Pennsylvania. So I will be a coalition builder. I'll be somebody that works across the aisle. I'll be somebody who stands on principle and is willing to fight for principle, but is willing to do it in a way that isn't obnoxious, because you don't have to be a jerk to be a good campaigner and a good fighter.